salam, and Iblis, when Iblis said something, I'm not really sure of exactly what he said, but he said something like he's gonna misguide Adam's progeny until the day of judgment or something like that. So I was just wondering if there's a verse in the Quran or in the Hadith, or how exactly did Iblis know that there's going to be a day of judgment if Adam and Hawa were still in paradise, and like therefore they weren't being judged or anything like that. So that's my first question. If you got that, inshallah.
Okay, you mean if there is a says that Adam and Eve will remain in paradise until the day of judgment?
No, I was wondering how Iblis knew that Adam and Eve were going to get kicked out of Jannah, or that they were going to be judged, because they were still in paradise when he asked Allah to keep him alive until the day of judgment or something like that. If that's correct.
Basically, Satan was not just with short-sightedness and looking at the misguidance of Adam and Eve. Rather, he was hoping to misguide as many possible of their offspring.
Yeah, I understand. That's why I wanted to know, how did he know that before they were kicked out of paradise, or how did he know that?
Go back to Surah Al-Baqarah. Go back to Surah Al-Baqarah and remember, before Allah the Almighty ordered the angels and Satan or Iblis was hanging around when this command was laid down upon them. He says, إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً. This is how he came to know. The word Khalifa means generations succeed generations. This is the meaning of Khalifa. People will succeed each other from the Khilafah. So this is how the angels figured out. And this is why the angels initially said, أَتَجْعَلُ فِيهَا مَنْ يُفْسِدُ فِيهَا وَيَسْفِكُ الدِّمَاءِ. Similar to the jinn. These guys are going to spread corruption and mischief on earth like the jinn. قَالَ إِنِّي أَعْلَمُ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. So these two ayat answer all these questions. He already said that from Adam there will be successors, generations after generations. And this is how the angels came to know, and this is how Satan came to know as well. So his objective was not only to take Adam and Eve from paradise, and that's why the Prophet ﷺ says, every time son of Adam, anyone of the children of Adam, makes sujood, Satan will take a side and will cry, will say, woe to me. I was commanded to make sujood and abstained. And he was commanded to make sujood and he complied. So he will regret, not only with Adam alayhi salam, but with his offspring, all the believers, until the day of judgment. How that Satan came to know about the day of judgment? First of all, amongst the creatures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those who are given this free choice are two species, the human beings and the jinn. So all the jinn, the obedient and the disobedient, the believers and the disbelievers, are fully aware of the day of accountability, and they are awaiting the day. And if you read Surah Al-Jinn, قالوا إنا سمعنا قرآنا عجبا يهدي إلى الرشد فآمنا به ولن نشرك بربنا أحدا وأنه تعالى جد ربنا ما اتخذ صاحبة ولا ولدا, etc. When you read this ayat, you will figure out they are mukallafin like human beings exactly. And our prophets have been sent not just to human beings, but to human beings and the jinn as well. So, as we do believe in the oneness of Allah and in the hereafter, and we believe that there will be a reward and punishment, heaven and hell, they too believe in that. In Surah Al-A'raf, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, when He ordered the malaika to bow down and Shaitan refused because he was there, so Allah repeated the command to him and he abstained. Right away Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala قال فاهبط منها فما يكون لك أن تتكبر فيها فاخرج إنك من الصاغرين. As a result of that, look, that answers your question as well. الملائكة لا يعصون الله ما أمرهم ويفعلون ما يؤمرون. They do not have a choice. Whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says do, They are obliged to do. They don't have a choice. That's why on the Day of Judgment, for them, there will not be accountability. There will not be reckoning for al-malaika. لا يعصون الله ما أمرهم ويفعلون ما يؤمرون. They are like the train on its rail. They only do as they were commanded. But when a shaitan, who's one of the jinn, was ordered and he refused, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala repeated the command and he abstained, that indicates that they were given the choice to obey or to disobey. As a result of that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained the justification behind his expulsion from heaven. قَالَ فَاهْبِطْ مِنْهَا فَمَا يَكُونُ لَكَ أَن تَتَكَبَّرَ فِيهَا, because you showed arrogance in heaven, get out. فَخْرُجْ إِنَّكَ مِنَ الصَّاغِرِينَ. And always the punishment of arrogance is humiliation and disgrace. As a result of that, in ayah number 15 of Surah Al-A'raf, Ash-Shaytan was very angry, was very infuriated, and he threatened, says, قال أنظرني إلى يوم يبعثون. Ayah number 14. Give me a respite until the day that they will be resurrected. And this is when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala established that test. He already knew this whole setup. And he said, okay. قال إنك من المنظرين. You will be given that respite. You will be given that delay until the Day of Judgment. You have a full access. Then he threatened to try to mislead us and to come to us from in front of us, from our right hand side, from the left hand side, from behind, from every direction, in order to whisper to us and topple as many as possible and take them with him to hell. Wal-'iyadhu billah.